Knights of the Anime Table will not be seen tonight, so we may bring you a special presentation.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there's going to be one tonight, but the way we're not getting any kind of response back from Anime Night, it's like I think we gotten distracted or busy or something. So, got to get something up. So, let me go ahead and get this thing kicking off here. I'm busy relating to a friend about thing in my family we have to a historical figure. Guy who got involved, back during the Revolutionary War when they had John Jay, future Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, but was at the time just our main legal guy, sent off on a mission to Spain. Actually, I told a friend, but no, to Spain, try and get them in on our side of things. We already got France, and this relative, sort of a half uncle, because like direct lineage, and then it's like after but he got involved in family politics and ended up engaging in a kind of the late 18th century version of a Twitter war, where they exchanged nasty messages at each other via the personal ads in the papers back home. Became quite a bit of a sensation. George Washington was an avid fan of these. And in the end, quitting them, could get pissed off whole things. John Jay, great jurist, fine lawyer, bit of an asshole. So this guy quitting, joined the Spanish army and fighting against the British, and was on a munitions barge on the siege of Gibraltar when it blew up. And he survived and went on to other adventures. Became friends with Lafayette and John Paul Jones, and became the right-hand man to King Stanislaus of Poland while they were still under the dominion of the Russians. And as such was basically the ambassador to Russia. Was a favorite of Catherine the Great, although not in the general way someone would think of a favorite of Catherine the Great, I don't think, because she liked her men big and beefy. And this guy was no, he was smaller than I am, okay? A couple of just shorter and way skinnier. So not her type. But he made her laugh. He entertained her quite a bit. So yeah, maybe, but I don't think so. She was, her main squeeze was Gregor Potemkin, the big, massive Berov guy, and could have broken my poor relative in half if he'd gotten away. So, but unfortunately, he was loyal to King Stanislaus, and when Stanislaus decided it's time for Poland to carve its own way and get away from Russian umbrella, he backed King Stanislaus, and it went badly. The Russians squashed him. They imprisoned Stanislaus, and my poor old half uncle, the fact that he was one of Catherine's favorites is to get off lucky. He was given like £1,000 in money to pay off his debts, and told, "Go back to Virginia. Don't come back." We may not be friends when you come back if you do. So his health was wrecked from court life. Got back to Virginia and got his affairs in order. Unfortunately, he destroyed his papers, bastard. Although some letters do survive. Died just a few months shy of his 40th birthday. And grave in Virginia. And surprisingly, the inscription is still very legible. A lot of them don't make it that far, but and the sad thing is, there's no portrait of him. We got some descriptions by people who met him, and and we got some of his clothes. That's why I know he's like 5'3", maybe 100 pounds soaking wet. And I figure if I was casting a movie on his life, I'd cast Elijah Wood to play him. That's the kind of Well, leaving Elijah's gotten a little punchy these days, but something like that type, you know. There was a couple of books written about him, although the second one was more of a refutation of the first by the family who didn't like it. It wasn't like that. Shut up. The book is boring. Reads like stair instructions. Read the first one. And also getting some attention of Mayor Karen Bass in LA and Gavin Newsom in Governor of California. It's like, okay, guys, this is no longer a political debate about, oh, you're going to do that. You are now acting in insurrection against the federal government. It's now real. And people, when they say insurrection, they mean it. It's a legal charge now. That's the whole thing. Well, January 6th, nobody was charged with insurrection. They were charged with criminal trespass and other stupid things, but nobody's actually charged with insurrection because they knew it wouldn't hold up. This can hold up. You're defying orders of the federal government. You're interfering with the operation of federal officers. Guess what? In fact, let's take a look here. Here we are. Insurrection Act of 1807. Okay, the Insurrection Act of 1807 is U.S. federal law that empowers the President of the United States to nationally deploy the U.S. military and to federalize the National Guard units of the individual states in specific circumstances such as suppression of civil disorder, of insurrection, and of armed rebellion against the federal government of the U.S. Insurrection Act provides a statutory exception to the Posse Comitatus Act that limits the President's deployment of the military for enforce either civil law or criminal law within the United States. After invoking and before exercising the powers exercised, requires publication of a presidential proclamation whereby the U.S. President formally orders the dispersion of the peoples committing civil unrest or armed rebellion. The Defense Department of the guidelines define Homeland Defense as a constitutional exception to the restrictions of the Posse Comitatus Act. Therefore, the political, military, and police measures necessary to protect the national security from external threats are exceptions to the restrictions of the Act. In short, if things get too stupid in California and other states, like Portland or Washington, you better take careful note. All the presidents do is invoke that act, and guess what? You're under martial law. Karen Bass and Gavin Newsom can whine all they want. They'll be locked up in jail by the end of the day. And you will have a military governor saying what's what. Maybe the people of Los Angeles can breathe a sigh of relief for a while. This has gotten too far. What is with the Democrats? Why they end up starting the Civil War? The last one didn't go well, okay? My family was dumb enough to go along with the last one. Not happening this time, okay? All right, we're in. Let's conduct. Something with this hand. because I can't really tend to it as often as the other one. Nails get very long. All right, let's look at the passes here. So that's where we're at. I think I got to level up one more time to get the cape. Let's see, quests. Unfortunately, yeah, because I got 9, so it's going to get 10, and boom, there's the cape. Now, I have a little thing. Apparently, this is if you don't have the battle pass, this is the stuff you'll get. If you do have the battle pass, then yeah, you'll get that, and this is all the stuff in the battle pass itself that you get. And this is the one I'm after right now, because that's frankly the style I wanted all along with Superman. You know, I tolerate the one I got now, but it's like, who's the fucking caller? That's all I ask. Okay, so let's look at the quest again. Dailies. Damage bosses, okay. Hit point melee. Okay, let's just. Did I? Hold on. Did I? Twice within 2 seconds with it. Okay, so just nail him a couple times with the rifle. 5 times. Might be tricky. Let's see if we can get one in before them. We got dinner in the oven right now. Probably 40 minutes. Let's see. Let's see. Send some invites out. See if we can. Yeah, it's something going on here. So, turn that. No, turn that on. Okay. Oh, and also a little interesting. I don't know if I've gone this before, but Federal Trade Commission recently did a little workshop, taking a different tack with the gender medicine, gender affirming care stuff, and going beyond the ethical and moral, and just comments like this. It's nonsense. It's idiocy. It's insanity, and we're endorsing it. It's going to think no, it's fraud. It is medical fraud written big and large, and people are making big bucks on it. And it's like, no. All right, just nerd anime, taking night off, have fun. Okay, so as far as the stream tonight, I'm it. Okay. And so they had this big some whistleblowers, a lot of detransitioners. Told their stories about how they were, given a line of bull about what this meant. Would you rather, in the common line a lot of doctors use, like, would you rather have a dead son or a live daughter? That sort of thing. Emotional blackmail. And it is fraud. It's getting them to buy into a situation that that is not what it's not what happens. One gal, her daughter committed, because the testosterone screwed up her mind even more than it already was. Prisha Mosley, she's been making the rounds quite a bit. The doctors denied she was even there. We have no record of your attendance. You asshole! Chopped off her boobs. I think she was still in high school. Other ones, 14. One gal, Claire. The one, it never happens. Here's the picture, asshole. It shows the picture. We're recovering. The band is something. It never happened. This morning, I had to go. What color are your kidneys? Because your head is so far up your ass, you should have a pretty good view of them by now. That's the thing. People, we have the receipt, and people post pictures of their medical records, pictures of themselves, and that's bullshit. What do you do with people at that level of denial? We actually show them the fucking proof, and they go nuts. Okay. That's the kind of idiocy we're dealing with here, and that's why it's okay. That's it. No, we're not playing around anymore. Because one thing about this workshop, representatives from the Department of Justice were there. It's gone beyond now just cutting off funding or pulling licenses. People are going to go to jail over this, and they should. Certain doctors and therapists need to spend a long time looking at 4 gray walls. Then getting really good at not dropping the soap. And do a little thing about, was it really worth it? Yeah. To defraud all these people. Oh, look at how much money made. Yeah, it's really doing a lot of jail now. Prisoner 6544. Yeah. Okay, so let's get in here. All right, try it again. What is the music I have here? In the lobby. Okay, it is. It's a Marvel, actually. Might. No, the only DC music is the Batman one. That's Galactus coming. That's Spider-Verse thing. And there's that old thing. And there's that one. We'll stick with that one. All right. But yeah, the little fraud empire that's built up is now crumbling rather rapidly. Now, unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of people who are very broken and confused and wonder, what the hell do we do now? Well, now you come back to reality. And we start dealing with what really drove you to this in the first goddamn place. Instead of trying to play, oh yeah, you're a boy, then you're a boy. No, bullshit. In one particular case, we got 10 years of documentary evidence. You are very, most definitely not a boy. Yeah, there's no wrong way to be a girl. You can do whatever the fuck you want on that front, but you can't be a boy. That, you know. Remember, like Oscar Wilde said, you know, be yourself. Everyone else is taken. Okay? They should be able to get one round in before that one kicks off. Let's see, in this one, we got the armor from Doom and Geralt of Rivia. I think this is a Hunters season. So, yeah, I get multiple collabs. Let's see. It's Primal. I don't know, whatever. Either way, you get a little mold after a while. So it's good to go back and watch these history, video, the storyline review, because it got a little wild at times. All right. All right, can we settle in here? It's always the first round. Things tend to stick. I'm gonna kick the rest. Nope, there we go. This gets back to those who are caught up in the gender cult. And this, say it's like, when this thing comes crashing down, then suddenly your therapist is either not singing the same tune or just no longer there because they, canceled his license and he can't practice anymore, and you're stuck with somebody else. You're not alone. You're not hanging out on this. There is help, and it's there to be brought up. But it's been waiting until the idiots are no longer in charge before they give it out. And there's a whole lot of people who've been through it and are willing to offer help in that respect. I can even offer 2 names. All right, one more time. All righty. Okay. Let's see, just one round is all I want to do before I got to go run out of here and get pull the food out of the oven. No, I'm not done. God damn it. What do you fucking think I'm doing? Because I'm trying to get into the damn game. God damn, Jesus Christ, it's only been 20 minutes. We're supposed to be releasing companions soon. Beyond just the, ambulatory backbling of a dog or a baby Yoda. But companions that would actually follow you around and interact. First one apparently is going to be crypto. So that's going to be a must buy. I imagine with the Star Wars skins, there'll be probably an R2. I think for the sake of the game mechanics, they can't really have them do anything other than be there. All right. Did it? God, Jesus Christ, what the hell? Yeah, it's gonna be one of those days. Will I even be able to start a match before where the oven kicks off? The timer kicks off. it seems like as a species, we need to get to a point where we're not as smart as we think we are. And someone's got to come along and prove that no, you're still dumb apes. Okay. And unfortunately, it's usually after some kind of series of atrocities get committed, some stupid rationale. And rational actors come in and say, "No, they're not witches. You're an idiot." It's like, no, lobotomies are not good. No, eugenics is bullshit. Okay, you have to. Yeah, I got that one. Oh. One of my basic is I finally get the final skin there. Will I be able to use the old Superman glider, or is just upright with a cape behind, or if I got it's got to be the Daily Planet thing. Either way. Newsmax is running something on Steve McQueen. No. Okay. Hmm. What was it? Okay. One more time. Hmm. Hmm. Oh. Some kind of thing to get yourself on your own Darth Vader suit. If I was a foot taller, it might be worth it. Oh, we're actually there. Okay. All right, let's do the house. Come on, settle in here. Nothing. All right. I'm getting sick and tired of that. Yeah, I want us to exist. No, we want you to come back to reality. Your existence is kind of irrefutable. But the idea that you are somehow not what you're biologically born as is the part we got problems with. And we need to deal with that. Why am I leaving now? This came out here. It's hard enough when it's not acting up, okay? That's something I can shoot with there, finally. Why, thank you. I'm hearing a lot of noise here. He's fucking with me now. There we go. Throw a popular ammo can on the golden toilet. Damn it. Come on. No. Oh, here we go again. Come on. All right. the hell's the downstairs? There you are. This is a bit of a maze again. Been here evidently. There we go. Well, hell, as long as I'm getting one of those, I might as well get a better one. All right. Damn it. Stop that. Stop that. God. Okay, got the cape. And upgrade. Let's see if anybody got down here. I don't think they did. Otherwise, of course not. Too soon. Yeah. Oh, do we have a bit of a mishap out here? Stop it. I should be taking notes because I wouldn't mind having this having an house real. Very nice building sometimes. Oh, good grief. Nah, I actually need I have a quest that requires use of this pistol also. And as much as we all love crypto, the effectiveness is it's not great. Like Tommy at Top 5 Games, it's like the junk rift, only not as good. You know, also know somebody with a rifle, so that's a little higher up. Come on. All right. Okay, so let's. Damn it. Yeah, I think it's another one of those. No Superman riff today. Bye. Good luck with what little that's left there. Come on. That's an A, and I'm nowhere near getting an A, so. Do a little shopping while the other kids are shooting each other. Come on. Got it. Damn it! Cocksucker! Let me get back to the lobby here. Again, kind of sorry about going off on the rant there, but it's like saw a little break, article. The workshop is available for viewing, but it's 7 hours long, so be warned. But the whole breakdown of like that, and mainly this one idiot. It doesn't happen. You're all lying. Like, here's the receipts, asshole. You're seriously gonna say this isn't happening? This is one girl. This is me at 14. I've been having the thing up. Another guy said, "This is my medical record." Oh, it's lying. It's bullshit. How do you deal with people like that? Okay, I'm gonna go check on my dinger. Let me pull that, and I'm gonna pull up a little something. In the meantime, now this one's it's a little old, but not that. It's maybe a year or so. But I think it probably covers the whole thing. It was originally just not Tumblr, Rumble exclusive. I didn't think YouTube would go with it, but time has passed. Let's see what happens. Be back in a minute. I gotta check on dinner.
Okay, welcome to the first video that is not going on YouTube because I'm about to say some stuff that they don't particularly like. And they've apparently been stomping on some channels much bigger than mine for daring to say them. But I think they need to be said. The larger thing is really calling to task this whole trans activism and gender ideology. In short, it's all a bunch of horse shit. Okay, there is no scientific basis to really any of it. They have taken a legitimate situation, with folks with actual severe gender dysphoria, actual trans people, and they have so diluted the whole thing by anybody can be trans just by saying so. That it's made the people who are actually being heard on this whole thing are actual trans people. That's the sad part of the whole thing, but it's like a lot of very because true transsexualism really was almost exclusively a male thing, which is weird. But again, it's an abnormality that's supposed to be weird, and it's like a fraction of a percentage of people that actually suffer from this, and 75% of them grew out of it. By the time they learn to live with it, or they just okay, we're past that phase. And it was a phase. They learned to live with what they've got and be happy. Okay, anyway, it was just something I was going through. Now I'm a guy and I'm happy. But now it's like any kind of confused people on the autism spectrum somewhere, or just have some kind of other all kinds of little OCD and compulsive are being swept. Well, the real insidious thing is that it's people who would normally just be like just gay or lesbian and with these other issues tacked on there, they're being, oh, you must be trans, you must really want to be the other sex. When no, that's not the case. Okay? They're being talked into this thing, told they have gender dysphoria, when no, you really don't. A lot of times, why you're seeing a lot of detransitioners, mostly women, because they're the ones being suckered in, but also some guys are also realizing this was not right, because what you do is you tend to induce genuine gender dysphoria. And the big slap on the face, like, oh my God, what have I done? Like I said, I am collecting these people in my follows like baseball cards are coming out of the freaking woodwork. And yeah, declaring themselves to be trans and sometimes going through hormones, or worst case, they go through the surgery, the top and the bottom. And again, then they find out what gender dysphoria really is. And they still got the same issues they had when they went into that. They still got the depression, the OCD, and everything. And it's just, and now you got things that they're now disfigured for life. There's one gal. She's she's one of the leading of the detransition movement now, but she still hates herself and looks in the mirror, can't stand it. We're constantly having to boost her up. It's like, no, you're good. Yeah. Acknowledging, yes, you wrecked up your life and she really, but now you're reclaiming it. You're gonna make it back better than you did it before, because now it's like, no, this is gonna be yours. And she's having to look, because talking about looking down, putting her hand, and there's no breast. It's like you're just feeling your ribs. There's nothing there. Well, I assume the pectoral muscles are still there, but they're not developing as a girl. It's like you just you should be feeling. Even I've got guys have. That's the thing. Because one of the things, guys don't have boobs. Yes, we do actually. There's some breast tissue here, and in extreme survival circumstances, yes, we can actually make them lactate after a few exercises. Like if the mom can't nurse the baby, yeah, dad can if you really work at it. But yeah, so yeah, we get to check for breast cancer too. Okay, it's a very rare thing, with guys because there's less material to go weird. But yeah, don't think we don't. We also got because I up here and even then I also got stuff here. Okay. For breast reduction, if you don't like what you got. And listen, some of part of this is going to be directed directly at Indigo White because of a dispute we had, and she seen fit to block me. And yes, I'm not playing the pronoun game because again, I think this. Let's back up a bit here. The whole gender ideology thing started with a very twisted man back in the, let's say, mid 60s, mid to late 60s when he started getting some traction. Guy by the name of John Money. This was one sick motherfucker. And unfortunately, around 1967, he stumbled across a family that were amenable to him doing his horrible experiments on their two twin boys. They were about 2 years old. They hadn't problems peeing. So, okay, we can solve this with circumcision. Well, one circumcision went bad. They mangled the penis rather badly. And I partially blame the doctor who told the parent, "Oh, he'll never be able to kids." Everything she just resolved is, tell him that he'll never grow up alone and no child. You're gonna for a 2-year-old kid, not even 2 years old, you're giving the parents this. So I blame him for setting this ball rolling in the first place. But the parents are distraught. They don't know what the hell they're going to do with their poor kid. And they see this idiot on like a 60 Minutes interview or something like that, where he's spouting his idiotic ideas about how you can change the gender of the kid just by raising them properly and everything. And they're desperate for something, so they call. And now suddenly he has test subjects to do his experiments on. I rank this guy right next to Joseph Mengele. He advised them just castrate the child, make kind of a vulva, raise him as a girl, change the name to Brenda, which is my sister's name, oddly enough. So they did, and they're trying to raise him up as a little girl, giving him the Philly dresses and the Barbie dolls, and it's not taking. He destroying the, probably Ken and Barbie probably doing kung fu fights on the corner and tearing up the dresses and everything. Eventually he starts trying to be, that was a tomboy, but even that doesn't quite work. And the real sick part is they have to go in because, of course, Dr. Money wants to, monitor the progress of how things are going. And part of these consultations was that he would have these little kids that are not even 6 years old, strip naked, examine each other's genitalia closely, and simulate sex acts. 6 years old. He's doing this to these kids. The one brother that stayed male eventually just stopped going. Whenever they didn't want to do it, he would just yell at them, berate them, and then push them and bully them into doing it. He would have other colleagues in the room watching this. He would take pictures of what was going on. And eventually, that magic time known as puberty starts hitting. And he sees, okay, now's the time we need to start doing additional surgeries and get this kid on hormones. This kid is so traumatized by this point, he's not having any of it. They bring in a adult trans person who's been to the surgeries, it'll be fine, dear. You'll solve any problem. He runs up to the top of the building, threatens to throw himself off if they come near him. At that point, the parents are like, no, that's it. You're done. They took him, stopped the thing, and the dad took out little Brenda for ice cream and told the whole story. You were really a boy. This guy talked us into, just chopping off your goodies and trying to raise you as a girl. We're sorry. And it's like, in a way, the last puzzle piece coming in. Okay, that explains everything. They got another doctor to do reconstructive surgery. Non-functional, but at least now you got, your meat and two veg down there. Got married to a woman, adopted her kids from a previous relationship. But the thing is, damage done to both of these kids. The other brother eventually committed suicide by a barbiturate overdose, and formerly Brian, then Brenda, then changed his name to David. He decided to go the Kurt Cobain route and suck on the business end of a shotgun. So that's 2 lives destroyed, and the thing he's going to think, oh, this is a great success, inciting this something as proof of his theories. When look at this in scientifically and empirical sense, this is proof that no biology rules at all. You are what you are. The point of therapy and psychoanalysis should be to get you to live with what you are, be happy with what you've got. Like the Sheryl Crow line, it's not having what you want, it's wanting what you've got. And that's where I start drawing, really getting pissed off at these people who are doing it now. Because frankly, and this is all from him. These are all his theories, his money's theories. And they should have been buried with him. Really killed off before him. Because there's more scientific basis for phrenology than there is for this garbage that got peddled. And for those of you, phrenology was the thing back around the turn of the century, so in the early part of the 20th century, where they could determine your personality by the lumps on your head. The theory that the different parts of the brain would push out, and this, they had detailed charts and everything, and you could still get these models of the human head. Okay, this determines your proclivity for this, and this is where your aggression, and it's a total bullshit. Because the shape of your brain has absolutely nothing to do with the surface of your skull. But this was quite a thing back in the day. That has at least a halfway plausible scientific theory behind it, okay? This is garbage science. There is no scientific basis for it whatsoever. And we are sacrificing our kids to this. She's knocked over Robbie. And that's really where I draw this way. You start trying to get kids in there. Oh, they know that. No, they don't. They're kids. They're young. They're impressionable gray skulls full of mush. They're stupid. They're dumb. They do stupid things. The brain is not developed until they're close to 30. That's why you get them to go fight the sword. They're idiotic enough to charge a live, machine gun nest with a pocket knife, thinking they can actually pull it off. Okay? Whereas the old farts sit back. No, I ain't doing that. No. I like breathing. But it's like I keep reposting Bill Maher's, new rule fit from a year ago about how the whole trans thing. It has all the earmark of no. It's a trendy thing. Okay, this is not science. Okay, yeah. How if it's innate, then why is it regional? Why is everyone and their uncle coming out as trans in California and not in Youngstown, Ohio? Well, it's either Ohio is shaming them or LA is creating them. You go to a dinner party with their liberal, typical liberal Angelinos. They all want to start praying about their trans kid. There is no such thing, okay? I said, if kids knew what they were at an early age, we'd be up to our ears in astronauts and princesses. And Mark capped it off saying, I wanted to be a pirate. Thankfully, no one took me seriously, or my parents would have scheduled me for eye removal and peg leg surgery. And this is something, it's not just inclusive to the kid. I go through this shit all the time, We're all looking for something to hang our hat on. Okay, yeah, I thought, like working on a Mandalorian sex. Hey, this is a good model for life to follow here. Play with this for a while. Went through a Doctor Who phase in high school, okay? Or approximate what thing. Couldn't do jelly babies, so I had gummy bears. Put on a scarf around my long coat. Like Rush Limbaugh, when he was this year when they just started going nuts on this thing, he was convinced he was little Joe Cartwright. There was another one. You go a little further back. There was a case of this one little kid. For some reason, started walking around with a stiff leg. They took him to doctors and everything. The leg reflexes are fine. Finally, got to one doctor who apparently had an idea what was going on, and they just sat down, talked. Hey, what's your name, kid? Hi, I'm Chester. I like to help. I help Marshall Dillon around the office at Dodge City. He was playing Dennis Weaver's character on Gunsmoke. Everyone else was too idiotic to think that the child's imagination. That's the one thing they got is a runaway imagination. It's part of figuring out what do we want to be in life. You'll look at what's around you and say, I'll try that for a while. I mean, what do you do with the kids who are convinced they're Ninja Turtles? Have them fitted for a shell, sign them up for martial arts classes? And I don't have much, well, like here's where we start getting into, case with indie. And again, after, a few DM sessions and something, get her to, give it a few details here. Yeah, she apparently had some sort of issues as a little kid, where she took her Barbie dolls and chopped the hair off and carved the breasts off and things. But born and raised in Seattle with, some hippity parents and hippity friends. I don't know what kind of, backup on that thing was. This, okay, well, it's Indy's being weird. I think I would have liked to, if I was my kid, which was not entirely unreasonable. I'm actually a couple of years older than her parents, so, which is awkward, another matter. But I think I would have sat there and said, okay, Indy, why are you chopping up your Barbie dolls? If you don't like them, we'll get some GI Joes or something. Okay, well, we'll do something else. But these dolls ain't that cheap. Okay, maybe would have tried to get to the bottom of something like this, but also it's like as that magic day of puberty came along. And yeah, she said this in open. It's not totally privileged information. She said this openly too. Is the titty fairy came, and they kind of came in full force overnight. That wasn't gradual. It was like whoop, and suddenly, and anyone who has been a kid can remember the girl with the boobs in 5th or 6th grade, or going into early, now it's middle school. Back then it was junior high. It's like they're starting to go, but she's got she's got the zumbas, and it's besides the physical pain of they're coming in faster than you adjust for. There's also the peer pressure and the people making jokes and everything else about it. Oh, the fun of puberty! It goes across gender lines. There, we all get crap for it. But girls get it worse because there's more physical changes. We don't go through a lot of that, okay, as guys. We get bigger and hairier and hornier. Like suddenly we know what this is supposed to do besides just pee. And now it's like, we find out what the two balls are for. Because up till then it's like, what do they do? Well, nothing at this point. And now it's like, oh! Now we can have some fun. And of course, we're guys, we're dumb. It's playtime for us, Now that's what kind of goes in the thing of just, frankly, how patently offensive a lot of this should be to either side of the gender fence. I mean, it exemplified really by Dylan Mulvaney thinking he's a girl. You're acting like a 6-year-old on God knows what kind of drugs. But no girl acts like that. Even 10-year-old girls don't act like that. And I kind of go back to this PBS documentary. Oh, God, must have been, late 70s, early 80s. I think it had to be late 70s. This is how long I've been observing this. Okay, so it's not like I just came upon this last week. I've been since I was a kid. I've been fascinated with the idea of these people thinking they change their gender. And that part of the it covered a lot of things. Like this village down in Mexico, where it is way above the statistical average, but very common for little boys to be born with the junk still inside. It looks like a vagina, but the midwives know how to feel. No, he's got him. Just and around the age of 12, they'll pop out, and up until that point, they're raised as girls.
There we go. All right. Uh, Okay, I'm going to try this again now. Hopefully it's learned its lesson. So, okay, bring the game back up. No, we're not up. But yeah, everything else is like, yeah, a lot of it is directed right at Indy, but it's like you're operating from a very false premise, my dear. Okay. The reason why you didn't have time to explain gender ideology to me is because gender ideology is complete bullshit. It's just gotten weirder and weirder the past couple of days, past couple of years. And pretty soon, playtime is going to be over. Cutting off the support by the government and the insurance companies are getting tired of being defrauded, and people are going to be going to jail soon. And then you're going to be forced with facing the reality of what you are, what has happened to you, and how we're going to deal with it. I still say the main thing is what happened to you back when you were real little that you don't even want to think about. That's what's driving all this. Everything else is kind of comes from there. Granted, the shit that happened to you at 14, really didn't help it. That'd be enough to fuck up a lot of people. But the stage was set back when you were like 2 or 3. Okay. And until you deal with that, everything else is not going to be worth a shit. Like I said, I got a bottle of wine waiting in the cupboard. When you finally pull your head out of your ass, we can start talking again. When you're willing to actually listen. Instead of trying to convince me of the error of my ways, I'm not wrong. I'm not the one who thinks that I'm totally different than what I was born as. I'm not exactly happy with where I'm at, but I wasn't born this way. It's probably just as well we're not doing Knights of the Anime Table tonight because this connection I'm doing right now is ridiculous. All right. Okay, screw this. All right. Okay, let's get this back on front. All right. Ha! Okay. Let's try this again. Yes, I had a decent audience built up there, 7 viewers, but now we're down to nothing again. So thanks for watching the repeats. No, get back up here. So let's take a look at the question. Okay, we got one daily done. So if we make it past number 43, I'll get that one out of the way. Look at the shop while I got it. All right. Here's all the best sellers for today. Combat. These guys. It's like one of the comments here, the Mr. Terrific, he's a better Superman than Superman. I think they really do kind of beat the snot out of Superman in this movie, apparently. Okay, nothing particularly new though. Not all four, yeah. Lars, James, Kirk, and let's see if we got my omnivores. So let's get back up here. Try again. So we got to level up 2 more times to get the corn sweat Superman skin. Which I will not be switching to, by the way. Again, I still got a problem with that suit. But I will be switching to the pen and ink version when I finally get that unlocked. No, we just got on the other front. I'm just waiting for her to finally pull her head out of it. One of the things that's pretty much constant with those who take on this little gender bending thing, it's exhausting. And that's why a lot of it just like it's started by teenagers, and by the time they hit 20s, it's like this isn't a pain in the ass. And you start coming out of it. She started at 27, and she's about to turn 30 in just about a month and a half. So, and she's already getting exhausted from doing everything else, trying to work on her website and trying to plan for a wedding type thing, all this other stuff. And it's like something's got to give. Even Jeremy Clarkson finally buried the hatchet with Piers Morgan because it was just too exhausting with all the crap he was dealing with at the time. In his case, being kind of let go by the BBC. It wasn't fired. Nothing rather than he was. In fact, he's never been fired. do enough damage. You don't need to, you know. You don't need much of a whack to finish him off. Okay. Because the Top Gear is crashing out of his ears. The head of the BBC had it out for him. And he just finally got dumb and gave him all the ammunition they needed. And his mother just died. He's going through a divorce. It's like, so on top of all that, he finally just called up peers and I don't have energy for this anymore. All the other crap I have to deal with. It's like, and the two of them, sat down at a pub, had some drinks. He had to call his daughter M to come pick him up because it was rather surreal. Jeremy Clarkson and Piers Morgan at a pub exchanging, having drinks and having a fun old time, apparently. She's thinking, okay, what parallel dimension did I just walk into? It's kind of like, who are you and what have you done with my grumpy father? Okay, where is it? Not that far. Shit. Oh well. Forget it. Because I don't feel like signing a flash ride. Let this guy do his thing. Whoever got it. Oh, great. Look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a frog. A frog. Not bear, no plane, no even frog. Just little me, underdog. One thing I kind of found out a while back. It's kind of the don't ever meet your heroes type of thing. It's sort of like, be careful. Well, I got something out of it. Let's get back over here. Okay, that was weird. Huh. Mm, So I got a little further in the pass here. We're not far from leveling up at least once. So. Quest, where are we? Got one more daily to take care of. So, do the vending machine. Okay. Hmm. 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 Okay. Deal with that at a semi later. Two portal boxcars. That seems pretty central. The damn rifle. All right. It is for that, but I don't. You asshole! Yeah. I'm really not in a merciful mood right now. Okay. Especially not to those who can't aim worth a shit. Yeah. That. Look at it. Now, I need some damn shields. Because I don't think I'm going to continue to be quite so lucky in dealing with incompetence. So. Yeah. I got a bite out of him, that's what it is.
I'm still with you. I'm hot. Fly across the country. I finished the show and I hop in it. I got me a milli. I did it legitly. I'm still with you. I'm hot. Fly across the country. I finished the show.
All right. Let's get over here. Be here a minute while I finish up. One thing else I have no sympathy for is anti-Semites. I start hearing crap like something's not a Jew source. You're over with. I'm done with you. I got no use for you whatsoever after that. Okay. Okay, whereabouts? Yeah, of course, I'm pretty good. Bitch! God. Okay. A bit of discussion about, and please write about a non-Jewish source citation, please. There are little biases like, fuck. But point out that the first known transgender surgery was the castration of Alan M. Hart by a surgeon at the University of Oregon in 1917, more than a decade before Hirschfeld operated on Dora Richter, modern trans ideology bandwidth John Money, who was raised as a Christian fundamentalist. That's a Jew hatred asshole. First one, the surgery performed to affirm a sex ideation. Again, some of these like to mix all anti-Semitism in with their denial. Well, the Nazis read that. There was a Jews. It occurred to you idiots that maybe they're doing that to cover their tracks. Because they knew how badly they'd fucked up on that area, and it's like, okay, the Nazis are going to have our guts for garters, literally, if we don't do something. To cover up this part. I mean, barbecuing, Jews in the oven is one thing. But this is just weird even for us. So, here. Okay, who's the asshole? Thank you. must have picked up a healing. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Of course, always an asshole. $50 better than nothing. Probably best that I get the hell out of Dodge. Oh, there's a shrine up here once upon a time. Oh, well. All right, where is it? Way the hell down there. I don't think I'm going to make that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, damage the player's got to think, yeah, good luck surviving to enjoy that boon. First, move on. He's flying that way to me. All right. Okay, didn't quite work. Didn't quite time. Crunchy. Okay, fine. Kind of a donut shop. I think I'd rather hold on to the shield thing now. Clearly, whoever went through here was maxed out on gold. And didn't bother to get up here. Okay, well, that didn't last long. I mean, it's a max of 4 minutes, but it is decreased. The more damage you take, maybe cut the damage, cut it short. So if you get the Superman thing and you're dumb, you are not going to enjoy your time as a companion. Okay, so I need to level it one more time to unlock that first skin. I think I will just bide my time loading up on goodies. Hmm. I like the shotgun. Okay. Yes, this is a coffee shop for puppies. Nothing else is giving me a chance to build up my gold reserves up to 4430. All right. All right, there you go. Okay, well, I'm going to do that one. All right, I'm going to let this thing settle down for a bit. Here we go. Branching off a little bit. I'll never understand so-called Christians who hate Jews. There we go. I think it's finally found it. There we go. Yeah, it's being one of those days. Oh. Now, right now, locking horns this one guy, aka Lethal. When apparently it's been pointed out that most of this gender affirming care was pioneered literally by the Nazis back in the camps, and some of the guys that started it were pretty high up in the Nazi party when they started getting rolling. He's going, oh, the Nazis ransacked that lab. He's trying to blame it all on the Jews. The Jews are doing it. Like, okay. Like, did it occur to your Nazi sympathizing hated mind that they were covering their tracks when they ransacked this place? And it's like, it's supposedly a Christian. Newsflash, Christianity is an offshoot of Judaism. Jesus of Nazareth, born in Bethlehem. He was a Nazarene Jew. That's nothing. He's going, who's a Muslim? Muslim. Islam did not begin till the 7th fucking century. Don't even try that shit, okay? In fact, actually, the actual archaeology is, one, that Muhammad never set foot in Israel, never lined Jerusalem, but also Mecca and Medina, those are add-ons later. He actually was referring to a place further north. It's it's like, take what lessons you can from it, but don't get too buried in the thing. It's like, because it really is it's not a religion of peace. It's hatred and domination. It's like, Kat, if you're seeing this, I love you to death, but there's coming a time you have to make a little choice. So thank God you're in the land of the free, where it is a choice to wear that hijab. But they're really pushing to where it's not going to be a choice. But okay, come on, damn it. Don't frack out of me now.
Oh, boy.
That's what this is all about. Nah, I think that one's going to get deleted too. All right.
Okay.
So, we're going to try again to get the game back in here. I'm beginning the opinion that this internet card was made by Dumont in the mid-50s. Because it takes forever to warm up in the morning. And occasionally craps out halfway through. And it's like an old TV. It's just we're not, That's the one, I guess, advantage of being as old as I am. I remember these times. I was like, I literally, like, while they had the nice, Sony Trinitron in the, the front room. I forget what we had before that. So I know we had a cover TV before that. But I got stuck with this old, I think a Dumont, an old black and white TV. It turned on, and it was like just a little dot. And eventually, after about 20 minutes, it would, you kind of get something resembling a picture. It was really just a piece of furniture. It really wasn't useful as a TV. Pretty sure we got rid of it fairly soon.
You just reminded me of the good when my evil stepmother would tell me which shows I could and couldn't watch on TV. And I go into her sewing room in the middle of the night and turn on Friday the 13th while she was asleep.
Wow.
And then if I heard her get up, I'd turn everything down so she couldn't hear it.
Well, remember that. Nothing like that. It was just a worthless TV. It's they didn't want to throw it out, but Make me feel like I had something, but like, this wasn't worth it. It was worthless. When it disappeared, I really didn't cry. I wasn't using it anyway.
TVs were shit back then.
I'm talking back before you were born, okay?
Bite
Yeah.
me.
I'm not exaggerating. I think it was like 68. I was like 3 or 4. Okay.
Oh, and by the way, I found out Yardley Smith is about 9 days older than you are.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Same year, just 9 days ahead of you.
yeah. And Aaron Murphy, who was Tabitha on Bewitched, I think was back in April. Also crossed that lovely mark of 61.
Uh-huh. Oh, God. We'll be 58 this year. Yuck.
Hmm. I think it was Rachel Brosnahan has the same birthday as me.
What?
Rachel Brosnahan, the new Lois Lane.
That should be interesting.
Yeah.
She's got quite a depth when it comes to acting.
Well, main thing is that kind of needed to refresh the roster of celebrities the same birthday as me, since the past lineup has gotten a bit dodgy.
Mm.
Between Bill Cosby and Richard Simmons, it's like,
Oh, you remember that guy we found out that had your same birthday?
hold on, I'm
For some
being
years
shot. I
older.
guess you noticed.
Yeah. And here's another asshole.
Yeah. Shit. Not advisable with that weapon, but hey.
Mm.
Where'd you go? All right. Excellent crap around here. Good thing I didn't throw that one out. Normally do the first two and then toss them. Toss the last one. Didn't have a chance to. I got jumped so quickly.
Mm.
Of course, there's somebody coming along. Who's being an asshole?
Oh. So animated up.
Yeah. Go. All right, come here, you. I'll take that. Edit. What's this one? Definite upgrade. All right.
Hmm. What's the purple thing on here? That's a pistol. Okay. No.
Actually, no, wait, hold on. Okay, I gotta do that. Neither one is one I like, but still. What's left of this one? Jesus Christ.
Hey.
I'll boil the crap out of place, but then I'll go in. Come on. Okay. All right. Let's see. Didn't I? Yeah. Okay. There we go. Out like that. All right. I already got it. That. Add a little fun to the proceedings. All right.
Ugh.
Because I get another shotgun again. No, not today.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's too bad they don't have that that one weapon in there anymore.
What?
Back when they were doing the horror characters, I think it was.
Hmm.
Yeah, Michael Myers, or not Michael Myers, had the Texas Chainsaw Massacre chainsaw.
Well, Leatherface. Oh,
Oh yeah.
it happens.
You went to town with that damn thing.
Yeah. Until you actually get in the game and show you can do something with it.
Mm-hmm.
Bye. Damn it. I was shot from behind by that asshole.
Oh, and just so nobody gets their knickers in a twist, yes, I have a hate boner for Jimmy Swagger. Because the man was an asshole, and he did his lesson the first time he got out with a hooker. He went back and did it again. So, yes. I am not sad that he died. Yes, I'm explaining my my little sub.
Well, it's like, like Sam can. It's like all the other Oral Roberts doing weird things, and Jimmy's, Pat and Tom and Jim Baker and stuff. And it's like we had got special ed team for a while there. Okay, like, you had Jimmy Swagger bringing in how many millions of dollars a year? He could have gone to New York for the night, got the $2,000 a night hooker, swinging the chandeliers, been back in time for Sunday service, and we need $2 million for Brazil. But no, he goes down the street from church to the low-rent district, and just to be really cute, he drives his own car. And then tries to talk the bitch down for the $20 blowjob. Although actually seeing the pictures in Penthouse, yeah, I can see that point. Okay, yeah, that was scary. Okay, but I have sinned against it. You not only sin, you have horrible taste in hookers, baby, okay? You are an idiot. Okay.
Like I said, what makes it really bad is he went back again.
Oh. He has two cousins. They were like brothers. Mickey Gilley and Jerry Lee Lewis. Mickey's the saloon owner. He's the respectable one out of the bunch. Okay?
Mm.
Jerry Lee, he started off as a fire and brimstone preacher. He was even tougher than Jimmy. But then he knows all these women around. I was like, okay, maybe we don't try a different tack.
Yeah. But Jimmy just didn't learn his lesson.
No, apparently he didn't. He should have retired. What he should have done, instead of just trying to. No, that's it. Quit. Just pack it up. Find someone else to take over because no one is. No one is going to live fucking where you say anymore, Jimmy. So give it up.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, the thing that really, started me going against him was when he started, dissing on Christian rock.
Well, because he had his own albums to sell. Okay, remember all these guys also they record their own albums. You know, get to a thrift store somewhere and you'll find somewhere in there a little album. Jimmy Swaggart and Songs of Praise. It's like, Kenneth Copeland, same thing.
He was going on and on. He was going on and on about how Christian rock was of the devil and all this crap. And when he said that was like it for me. I was like, no.
In which case, I'd say that are you including your cousin Jerry Lee in that? Does Jerry know you're throwing him under the bus? Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Listen, even Jerry Lee, he's looking more respectable than fucking Jimmy was. He's, I married a 13-year-old cousin. I think it was second cousin, so not sure how illegal it was. But still, at least they're trying to make an honest woman of her before she was really a woman.
Mm-hmm. Didn't they make a movie about Jerry?
Yes, they did. Dennis Quaid. There was one line in there, the reporter's there. I'm going to say you're going to hell. Well, if I am, I'm hoping I'm going to play the piano. And there's a real good video they did of Great Balls of Fire. So Jerry Lee and Dennis. And Jerry Lee still had some moves in him at that point.
Yeah.
So they're doing along, and the band there, and Dennis is playing along, but there's Jerry Lee playing along with it.
Mm-hmm.
And as it really is kicking in, and Jerry Lee kicks the bench out of the way and starts yelling and going like the old days. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
And Dennis is grinning like a monkey. He's there to see it.
Yeah. Yeah, from Jerry Lee Lewis to Ronald Reagan to the Happy Face Killer. That is just whack.
It's called acting, dear.
Yeah, but
you cannot say that Dennis Quaid does not have range, okay? Whoop.
Oh yeah.
That's a situation where it's like, shit.
And after all, don't forget Tuck Pesson.
I need some weapons. I need them now. Little girls all get prettier clothes in time. Okay, yeah. All right. Look at that. There we go. And got some pew-pews, and I'm right in the middle of a damn spire fight now. You guys stay out there. Get inside the range of the rifle and they can't really touch it. All right. Yeah, if the barrel is kind of pointing past you, you're fine. Okay. Whoa! Oh, you motherfucker.
Okay. Honey?
What?
Well, while you're waiting to get back in, could you do me a favor? Grab another key and put it in the bathroom.
Hold on. We're going back to the lobby here. See how close I'm to leveling up here. Oh!
Good. Okay, honey. Have you heard anything about the new Superman movie? What? Oh, yeah. Yeah, you did just say something about that, but I mean, what all have you heard? Okay. Just put that key in the bathroom. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and log off for now. So, I love you.
We'll cut down to the echo. All right. Oh. Okay, basically, it is not particularly woke. A lot of that was drummed up by a certain reporter for Variety, whose main penchant seems to be asking these stars on the red carpet, "Is movie ever? Any more? Tell me. I've heard this is the gayest Marvel movie ever." It's like, and some of they just sort of roll their, yeah, sure, okay, yeah, I can't wait to. And this one, it's kept going, this is supposed to be a pilot, and the MAGA is real upset. Nathan Fillion had the best answer for that one. He said, somebody needs a hug. It's just a movie, folks. James Gunn really didn't say much of anything. What he did was they just took it and ran with it. He just gave him a tidbit. His brother Sean is an idiot because he kind of played right into it. And it also plays in the fact that there was almost a dedicated campaign to trash this movie before it came out. And it has to do with trying to derail Michael Zaslav at Warner Brothers, because they hate him. He's like a mini Trump to them. He's trashing. Canceling Batgirl right off the bat, not even letting it out, and just trashing projects left and right for being too woke. So they want his guts on the users as maracas. But the movie, as it is, it's not particularly woke. You get a couple of bits here and there that might be, but otherwise, not really. It's really just more of a typical James Gunn, muddled, somewhat enjoyable mess. It's got problems. Things don't make any sense, but it's certainly just a mess, you know. And one guy on Rob Burnett's live stream, he was so pissed off he got and walked out. He's the guy who sat through Superman 4. He walked out of this one because it was just so dumb and insulting. It's like, that's it, I'm out of here. But I generally fall back with, Snarky Jay's review, that there are parts of this thing that are brilliant. David Cornsweet was definitely a good choice. He knows the character. He's got it. There are a few speeches in there that are, oh my God. And it's like, yes, this is Superman. And then they blow it with a joke. He's doing his impassioned speech to Luthor, the Lex Luthor. And it's like, and then and then in comes Crypto for a dumb sight gag. Listen, it's one thing where I'm agreeing. They screwed up the suit and they miscast Crypto. James Gunn essentially cast his dog in the role of Crypto as a spunky little dumb terrier who can't go 2 seconds without being attention paid on. That's one thing about Crypto. He was never stupid. He was a super hyper intelligent Kryptonian dog. And apparently they, trash Supergirl at the very end too. Comes in all drunk because she likes to go to planets with red sun so she can get drunk and get wasted, party. And she shows up at the end, because apparently Crypto is supposed to be her dog, and he's a foster sitting him, which is never the case. Crypto was always his dog. She had Shrieky, the cat. And eventually Comet, the super horse. Of course, not to be outdone, they gave Batman a dog. Ace, the Bat Hound, German Shepherd, who had his own little bat cowl for God knows why. Where are we quest-wise? I needed a vending machine. Get the window ways here. Go ahead to Crime City. Here's a chest up here. Okay. Get that thing off my table. Okay. Get too far in here. Let me use somewhere where I can get a car and get to wherever. Hopefully, the Superman thing is sprouting. No. Huh. Plastic. Put that down there. Ooh, there we go. Better shotgun. Yep. Bitch. Get back in here.
Oh,
No, it should do pretty good at the box office. Probably, in the 600 to 700 million range.
huh?
The Superman movie.
Yeah. Are you off now or?
No.
Oh. Well, we'll see.
Mhm.
I still say that there's many actors that will come close to Christopher Reeve, but Christopher Reeve is yes.
Henry Cavill could have come damn close if they give him a chance.
Yeah.
Problem is, they kept saddling with crap.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Oh. Ow.
The president David Cornsman has his moments. I just got to get through a lot of crap.
Yeah.
Oh, for God's sake. Here we go again.
Oh.
Apparently, in the ongoing squabble with Paramount over the copyright claim of the blooper reels,
Yeah.
one of them is claimed it's just a flyby shot of the ship.
Oh boy.
Right from it's from the second pilot shit. You're not even citing the right source, and it's in horrible quality. And the reels are uncopyrighted. It's all outtakes. Those were not copyrighted.
Oh. Oh.
Because a part of the problem with this current system is that all the claims go back to the people making the claim in the first place. It's up to them. And kind of relying on them being fair and honest. I don't fucking think so. When you were making the argument to YouTube, you had a chance. You said, "No, these guys don't have a claim," and they've had, "No, they're going to the copyright owners." Saying, "Oh, yeah, you're."
Oh. Ow. Ow.
Should be far enough up the beaten path. Fine.
Honey,
What?
don't let me like that.
Because you always ask the wrong goddamn time. What?
Well, definitely putting that new chair together tomorrow.
Fine.
And that crack just got worse.
All right, fine. I don't need details right now. Well, shit! God damn it! Fucker! Excuse me. Alrighty. Let's hit the cave first. Okay. Nope. Yes, opportunity. All right. Here are them slug barrels down here. Where the fuck? There you are. All right. Dropping that away. And not very far, so. Wrong way. And some of the quick got screw it then. I'm not going down to that. I need barrels down here. This you're a dummy. You don't tug on Superman's cape. You don't spin into the wind. You don't pull last like a Lone Ranger. You don't mess around with me. Yeah, why not? Changing it for a fresh one. Ah, okay then. Okay. Okay, it's gonna be one of those days. I'm doing now. The rerun numbers will be real interesting. This one. Okay. Oh, no, back in here. This is how things happen. They're not supposed to. All right. Let's see. Hmm. Okay. Well, something children's book coming out. Froggy Girl. We'll think about self-acceptance coming out in a couple days. We're going to start teaching kids that you're fine as you are. All right. We got to correct so much damage. I just got the feeling that like people, you're too old. I think I may be forced to start having the kids to try and fix the damage. You know, because the current generation is just in tatters. Certainly in the major cities, the South is going to save the world. I think. The more traditional areas, they didn't go for this shit in the first place. It's oh so sympathetic modern elite enlightened types that bought this idiocy thing called the singer. That was so smart thing. Somehow outsmart nature. Like I say, we're going through a period where we need to be retaught. We are not that smart. We think we can bend the universe to our will. We can't. Okay. We do what the universe lets us get away with. But don't ever think that we're actually in charge. That's probably the big lesson of religion in general. You're not in charge. Okay. You can do certain things to make yourself comfortable, and you can do all kinds of things for good or evil around you, but you're never fully in charge. Okay. Somewhere there is something that call it a God, a Holy Spirit, a Great Spirit, Buddha, whatever the fuck. Something out there of the Force. Something else is in control. You ain't it. You can go along with what is in control and learn to work around the rules, or you can defy it and find out the hard way. You ain't it. Shit's over there. There we go. Hold that up a minute. Seems to be the thing. I get to some profound thought and it cuts out of me. Or I'm about to open up a chest, I think, or some combination thereof. Again, we'll let everything settle down. Let the game get back to the lobby. Here we are. Yeah, I think that is your great, unified theory of religion. You're not the one in control. Something else is. And if you think you can actually call the shots, good luck. It's like when George Lucas was formulating the rules for the Force, and it's really a catch-all definition of just religion in general. A belief in something outside of us that is running the thing, and kind of building from there. It's like, and how do you define good or evil type of thing? Are you trying to do something to make the place better, or are you just trying to better yourself? Pass that along on to some folks I've been talking with. All right, we're going to try this again. Because I am not far from leveling up one more time. Hopefully unlocking that skin. So we're going to try this again now. Let's see, has anybody got none I want to hook up with? Not yet. Okay. Let's take a look here. Yeah, I think we are just shy of snagging that skin. So, and we're that far away. So still got a daily to go. And that would just do it. So at this point, it's just find a place, hit a machine. Okay, and brutal boxcars, heads vending machines. If I can get something going beyond that, great. Right now, it's like get the task, get it done. End this stream on a high note, roughly. Now, there has been a lot of ranting and pontificating here. But it's a Sunday stream. We've been doing the same thing, if it was regular nights of the round table. I don't know if we got the same thoughts because I don't think the discussion would have gone that direction. Instead of me monologuing all the damn time. Then you start bugging Anthony. When's the next open mic night? We're about 2 months past due. That's one of the tracks I want to whip out. I've racked up a lot of karaoke. It's ridiculous. The one on his old Jonathan Edwards song, Sunshine. Sunshine, go away today. Don't feel much like dancing. Some man's gone, he's trying to run my life. Don't know what he's asking. Now, he wrote it as kind of a protest, but it's kind of a universal thing. It's just like somebody's coming along. It's like, it's like, go the hell away, okay? In your mind, he can't even run his own life, but be damned if he'll run mine. Sunshine. Here we go. All right. All right. All right. Sometimes it takes a while for everything to total up. Sometimes you gotta goose it a bit. Oh shit. Ammo cans, anyone? Oops. That doesn't matter. Come on, damn it. Motherfucker. Bitch. Go back to the lobby. Okay, so we got that. Suppose we could try it out here. Oh, make me do it. There we go. And you gotta change the damn cape. So it fits right on the one. You can't just swap, the capes around. but I haven't managed to work that out. I mean, one thing you got, the colors are right, but that damn S shield is wrong. And I know it comes from Kingdom Come, but it's like that was supposed to be, a bleaker graphic novel thing. You don't pull that when you right off the bat. It's like, no. It's like, fix that S shield back to where it was and get a Labrador as Crypto, for God's sake. I was like, go through all the previous pictures of Crypto in the comics and cartoons. He was never a hyper little terrier. Okay? I'm not going to say that. Just, let's give it a whirl. See how it plays. Because I still got a ways to go. That's a good email. And I'm going to kind of go with Snarkajan thinking like the suit is just bad. Not just because of the thing, but also it's like David Cornsweet put in the work. He got the bod. He got the muscles to do it, and they put him in this baggy looking Party America suit. It doesn't fit right. And again, apparently he's got moments where he's got the chops. He understands the character, what he's about. Yeah, they only. Yep, there we go. We still got the glide. If they only give him a better fitting suit to show off those muscles he works so hard on. So we've got down here. Oh, it's just over there. It's just over here. Okay. Come over. Okay. Could be useful. Already got that shotgun. Somewhere in the back here. Or is it this thing? I don't know. I'll take the points, but I don't want the thing. Okay. Don't think anyone's been in here. Shit. Not that far at all. Fortunately, where the and they're fighting over it. Gotcha. All right, now where is the boss fight? Let's get out of here. All right. You were an asshole. I'll be leaving. All right. That was interesting. So now I know how that goes. Not what I would consider easy to control. At least I went out looking for a boss fight. I didn't just start trashing people. I tried to be somewhat noble about it, okay? Oh, now it goes to B. I can figure that out. Hi. All right, never mind. My cape's better than your cape. Hmm. How come they didn't open this one? People are lazy. I think I was going to leave at this point. And for some reason, I got the old camel ration jingle going to my head. My dog better than yours. My dog better than yours. My dog better cause it's camel ration. My dog better than yours. Okay. Let me out of here. Come on. I'm going to do it the boring way.
Hey, honey.
What?
Wow.
What?
Do you think you could put some of those shakes in the fridge?
What shakes?
I got some shakes this last time.
Well, I don't know.
Don't tell me you fucking lost them.
No, I didn't lose them, but probably off to the side.
What?
They're probably off to the side instead of where normally.
No.
I'll deal with them in a minute. God. In case you hadn't noticed, kitchen kind of qualifies for a super fun disaster status.
What?
Our kitchen right now kind of qualifies as a super fun site. Okay,
That's a what?
a super fun site, as in disaster relief.
Whatever.
Yes. Itch. Well, we did get another level there, so somewhere. I don't know where we're at. Now that it's finally working. Nobody's watching, but it's working. All right. 63,000 away from leveling up again. Progressing. That's the next one up there, so we'll worry about that later. I think we will leave it at that, though. Usual or not showing up here. Maybe biosync and kill somewhere down there. Yeah, not even showing up as online. So let's go and call it that point. So all right, so we get into regular stuff later. Hopefully, we'll be able to get our. Yeah, I don't think we're in any danger of being booted out of here anytime soon, but it's going to get ugly if something doesn't change really quickly. Now, I have sent a note off to the Department of Housing and Urban Development because apparently I got to run out at the flagpole for them to change the amount they're charging us right now. But I talked to the neighbor lady and said, what? So, told her how much they increased our rent by. And I was like, what the hell? They did that and move. But at the point, I was like, this is not good. No, I've gotten enough hours that actually we're able to pay it on time, able to get a hold of stuff. We're start looking at buying a replacement vehicle, and then this is the objective point where it is virtually impossible. We can't even pay the rent on time because they charge rent to more than what my typical paycheck is, which means we're now having to pull, from other sources. We're having to hold back on things. It's just thrown the whole thing out of whack, and there's no way to get back on schedule the way it's going right now. So unless somebody intervenes in a big way, that's also why it's like the car on the bottom of the screen, links below to help support the channel, bring in other monies from other sources here to try and supplement things. We can get out of a little pattern of holding off and having to, again, doing float loans in here. Then we can't get off of that cycle. Like the system, I understand the concept of the system. The more you start getting back in your feet, they're going to start charging the more rent. Problem is they jacked it too much. Okay, because it was at a point where we're actually able to put a life together, start putting it together. Again, replacing a dead vehicle. You got a few nice things in life. Actually have cable TV. Now I had to cancel the cable. All I got is the internet. And that's still $100 a month. Realistically, now that is basically utility. You got to have it, or forget it. No, I can't hike to the library. It's about 5 miles away. But then hopefully, the thing of the Fed said, "What are you doing? Did he tell you? Yeah. Did you listen? No. This is the guy you told us. Won't tell me different. Hopefully, but enough for my problems. We'll do this again tomorrow. Hopefully, rack up some more goodies and we'll.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Well, the plan is ignored. Action is his reward to him. Like it's a great big bang up. Whenever there's a hang up, you'll find